G'day legends, my name is JaWoodle and welcome back to the new 3.0 update for 7 Days to Die, where I have something new. So the other day, I put out a video about Zombie Forcefields. These things, ways that you could use blocks to keep zombies out of your base. Kind of like building a moat that actually works, where you can drive over the top or walk over the top, but the zombies can't do it. The cheese grater one is still my favorite, or scaff lads, or whatever. Some have gone and some are new, but you guys were in the comments and you were adamant that I should check out facade blocks. Now, I've never looked at these before. I've never actually had a crack at these before. I don't know if it's the full blocks or the thin ones, but that's what we're here to find out, because apparently these are better than everything. So what actually are you? If I go simple rotation, so you're just a block with a couple of slots on the side, and that's kind of it. So there's nothing real super duper special about it, which is kind of interesting, because the way that I understand that these blocks to work is because there's nothing in the middle, the zombie looks at that and goes, I can't walk on that, it's never bloody mine, and goes a different way. Same as the scaff ladders and a whole bunch of blocks over the years, including the arrow slots. But you're a solid block. But, I mean, if the comments say that's a thing, then that's a thing, let's give it a go. I mean, after all, what's the point in having a JaWoodle park? What's the point in having a testing world if I'm not going to test the things that look like they have potential? Just because it doesn't make sense to me immediately doesn't mean it can't be a thing. Believe it or not, I'm not right all the time. Yeah, no, I'm not. So if you're unfamiliar with this kind of stuff, I'll quickly show you this thing. This is just a simple way to test the way that the zombies think. There's a straight line here, obviously the faster route where if it's viable, the zombies will run along, but there's the longer route around the outside where if you replace the blocks in the middle here with unviable blocks, so like force field blocks, that will choose to run the outside route instead of the inside route. Very, very simple way, A/B testing, just a nice, easy way to run it. So like for example, with just a couple of Arlenes with regular blocks there, they come up and go straight down the middle. Whereas now, because I've replaced those blocks with scaff ladders, which they can't walk on, they go around the outside like that. So it's an easy way to test like what blocks work, what blocks zombies can walk on, what they can't walk on. Nice, easy way, simple as that. So what is the deal then? What's the deal with these facades, and which version of the facade is the thing that people are talking about? I assume you want to put like the slots on top. It's the only interesting side of that block, so we'll give it a go. Get a couple of Arlenes again, get their attention, and are you gonna run straight or? Yeah, you run straight. Okay, so it's not that one. So we're gonna have to figure out which see you later, which block it is, but that one clearly isn't it. So this is a plate facade 1. To get it to sit flatly, I've had to turn it upside down. No idea how that's gonna go. And nah, works just the same as always. No qualms, no issues, easy. I'm still using facade plates 01 because I went back and actually looked up all the comments that mentioned facades, and apparently that is the block. That is the one that they're saying works really well. They said if you place it on the ground, the zombies avoid it. What? No way. There's no way that's it. That can't be it. That can't, nah. That can't be it. It has to be something. I've got it doubled up at the moment. I'm going to replace those with regular full-size blocks. That can't be it. That cannot be the way that happens. That's impossible. So Arlene runs up, looks at the plates and goes, yeah, fucking nah, champion. I'm baffled. I'm absolutely baffled by that. No digging of holes, no nothings, just is. So what happens then? What if I just like put you on the ground? Let's build like just a line of facade plates in the sand. So they won't wander over. They see the facade plates and go, nah, I'm going a different way. Going a different way. So you don't even need a hole underneath it then. It's just what? That is ridiculous. That is so brokenly good. It's like an invisible wall. That's the most force-fieldy block we've ever had. So okay then, if I replace all these scaff ladders, or you're upside down, you're the wrong way. You're the wrong way. So it doesn't work like that. All right, well, in that case then, thank you, but no thank you. I know it's gonna collapse, but that's all good. I'm gonna build an entire platform out of these facade 01s. Where is I can't imagine it's going to exist in the game for long. I'm sure it's going to get patched out because that seems like a pretty easy patch, but I guess enjoy it while you got it. So I was getting ready to build like an entire, like this, you know, 3 blocks wide or whatever, an entire little moat of facade ones, but I don't think I need to. Now with this, importantly, there isn't a way for the zombies to get inside of this ring. Yeah, so I mean, one's digging over there, which is kind of interesting, but so if there's no way for them to actually get through it normally, they'll just charge over. But I reckon if I put a little notch in over there and then go, "G'day, Owls, how are you, love? You want to go right around the outside for me?" She will. All the way, all the way around to there. That's kind of ridiculous. And I kind of love it. So is there a limit to this? Let's go a couple of bears. Let's go some boars. Let's go some zombie dogs. Ooh. I mean, one dog came straight across, but the rest of them all going normally. Most of their AI is almost always the same. I'm not sure why you got across. I'll test that again in a second, but all of you are doing the right things. Let's go a direwolf as well. Whole bunch of them. Whole bunch of them. Oh my goodness. I just said that their AI is always the same, and 7 Days took that as a challenge. Why did they go straight across? Okay. There's limitations to this. It's not all as good as it seems. I know that, like, these work against the direwolves, but... Okay, there's a chink in the armor. There's a chink in the facade plate armor. Alright then. I'm not gonna say the comments lied to me because they didn't sell me the dream, but they almost did. Not quite as perfect as it seemed at the start. Screamers seem to do what they're supposed to do, which is all good. You guys can come through the gates. I will check though. I've called in some proper screamers, not spawned in ones, but just like the real screamers that show up for heat generation. How are you doing? Yeah, no, you're good too. You're all good too. All right. So far, I need to test the dogs again, but the direwolves didn't give 2/5 of a fuck about it. But other than that, I mean, that's a pretty significant problem. Hey, just so you know, one of the worst enemies in the game will completely ignore your defenses. That's not a great situation to deal with. Nah, the dogs are okay. There was one little mishap there. I think got pushed over, but then they go back around the other way again. So maybe it needs to be too deep. Maybe for the second time in my life, just like every other time in my life, there just wasn't enough depth. It wasn't thick enough to get the job done. Shame. I know how you feel, facades. I know the feels. So that's too wide. Does that do this any better? I want the direwolves. Get just 5 of them. Okay. So one, is it because they're a long boy? Is it because they're long? So like their front paws can reach across the facade plates before their back legs are on it. So like in their mind, they're already across by the time they reach it. But too wide, I mean, they don't have any issues there at all. What if I plug the gap? What if I plug the gap now at too wide? We'll go direwolves again just to see. Yeah, straight across. straight a bloody cross. I wonder if there's a limit to just how much they'll put up with this before they do. Because this is the easiest we've ever had it to build some sort of barricade against the zombies. This is better than the arrow slots used to be. It's more powerful than that. So we're gonna go straight across to the other side. Right there, there's bloody loot bags everywhere. Let's go another run. Why not? Let's paint them all red so that I can see them a little bit easier. I've built a zombie maze. Okay, we're gonna get a couple out this side. I'm gonna go back to the regular Arlene's, get a bunch of you, and to see, do you at some point crack the shits and decide, yeah, nah, champ, I'm not doing this shit. In fact, 2 of you have already doubled back. One of you has made the path though, so there is a limit in the game for how far a zombie will path before they deem it unviable. And I think I've reached that limit already. But it's treating the facade plates exactly the same as just a gap in the world. She's made it all the way in. Made it all the way into the middle. The rest of them are having issues, but okay. So it does. It's just like it doesn't exist in their brains. I want to have a look-a-roo at what happens if I try and ride a motorcycle over it. Like, is that... Oh, okay. I mean, listen, the upshots of how simple this is are probably going to get outweighed by it being a little bit higgledy-piggledy when you're riding a motorcycle across it. It's not... Oh, I take it back. It's buttery. It's absolutely buttery. I was just going through a couple of ridges, but if you're only going across like the one, I've removed all the internals, so now it's just the regular line. Oh my god. The regular line on the outside. It's too good. This is absolutely going to get patched. Use this before it does, because that is on a level we've never ever had. I reckon this might open up an idea that I've had for a long time, and I've tried to build it with... I've basically just drawn myself a cool S. I've tried to build this with like platforms and things before. Basically some way where you can move between horde bases in the middle of a battle. So for example, if I'm fighting in the middle here and it's like an overwhelmed, I can just run across to here and then I'm fine. Then I have to go all the way back around and come back in this way so I don't actually get all that overwhelmed all that quickly. I reckon this is the best chance we've ever had for that to work. So let's get, in fact, no, let's go a horde. So here they come, right up the guts. They're moving the way that I want them to. And if they're all in here and I start getting a little bit out of my depth, can I just go, you know what, never mind. I'm over here now. I'm over here and there's nothing, nothing you lot can do about it. It is too wide between them, but not wide enough apparently. And they are doing the thing where, because for a moment I was in no man's land where they couldn't pass me, that immediately sets off their I'm annoyed, I'm going to take it out on the world thing. So they're going to beat on shit because they couldn't get to me for a moment there. But, I mean, it still works pretty well. They're going the wrong way. While they're off beating on other shits, I can just stand here. I mean, I'm not being damaged at the moment, which is fine. They're just breaking some of the ground. So you can just run between them if you need to. That's very bloody handy. This should just be really, really, really good as a way to, like, kind of like fence fighting, actually. So with fence fighting, you have to hop over a fence to get a little bit of separation from zombies. This is fence fighting without the fence. It's like a geo-fence. It's like I've got a shot collar on. I went too close to the farm gate and I've been zapped back into submission again, which is fucking cruel, but they're zombies, so it's fine. It's just such a better way. Such a better way to get your distance. You don't need to waste stamina by jumping anymore. You can build a couple of these things out in the road outside, and if you're getting a lot of trouble, you can just run out there and start moving around that way instead. This is sick. This is going on the front of every single one of my doors forever. Wonder if it works for less than concrete, actually. Maybe like a weaker block wouldn't be as effective. Maybe the concrete is the important part. I'll try that. I've changed the whole design to wood. It is actually wood. It's not just painted. It's actually wood. So if this works, then fantastic. I'm going to chuck in another couple of aisles just out the front out there and see if they still power the normal way. Oh my goodness, it's broken. Immediately broken. So does it have to be... Shit's fucked. Shit's fucked. Shit's broken. Does it have to be concrete then? Okay, so wood doesn't work. What about cobblestone? Cobblestone's much better, but still not fantastic. Although I've still got this S-bend thing going on. That might be ruining my test a little bit. I've gone back to a ring and I've gone back to wood as well just to double check my workings out. Measure twice, test once, straight across the top. And now the cobblestone in a ring, straight across again. So, all right, so it's not the shape itself. It has to be concrete. Like with any cuts in the video, we'll go from you. I'll get all you replaced with the concrete version like that. And we'll do exactly the same test again. Arlene's at the front. Come over here. And they go around the outside. Okay, so it has to be concrete facade plates. Gotcha. But... I mean, it's a lot of investment in materials, but not, I mean, it's not that much concrete, I suppose, depending on how big you're building, but it works. It works really, really bloody well. It's just gonna be too deep. You know where I think something like this would come in the most amount of handy then? I reckon this will come in handy for pillar protection on horde bases. So rather than having to build like an extra plate or something like that for just extra like brute force protection, just keep them away from the pillars as a whole, so when they do go into destroy everything mode, they can't get into it. They can't get over to the pillars, they can't break them, so they're gonna have to go back to the stairs again back at the front. I mean, I think that seems like the best solution for them, other than a moat or like a regular force field kind of thing. So just a quick and dirty zombie dropper, nothing new about that. We've done it 1,000 times before. Just a way to try and trigger the destroy everything mode on the zombies. So I'm looking for them, when they drop, approach spot. I need one of you guys to start going into the destroy area. So you are trying to break through that pillar. Okay, so one block doesn't work out. What about two? I'm not sure if it's just been like temporarily disabled from them or something, but this has been running for a little while now and none of them are going into destroy area mode. Like none of them at all. Which is very, very interesting. Is it because they're landing in Narnia, in blocks they're not supposed to be able to walk on, so they don't know what to do, but they're all just going back to the stairs again. None of them are going into the destroy area. That first one at the start did, but since then, that's been the only one. So does this mean that we've accidentally brought back like proper looping bases? Completely zombie AFK bases again? We've completely dismantled. Oh, no, Tom, for a second. For a second you thought about it. You heard me yapping, you were like gonna put a sock in your gob, but then decided, you know what, no. Even the ones that came over to the pillar didn't do anything about it. So we've got zombie loot bases back again. Easy, too bloody easy. Well, I guess this is gonna be a very short video then. What a block. Wouldn't it? So it's the facade plate 01. It's this one, no, not that one. It's plate facade 01, and it does all of this. It breaks zombies AI, they can't run across it. I'm sure it will get patched at some point. I feel like it's gonna be a relatively simple fix just to flip the toggle and say that it can be walked on. This feels like it's an oversight for now. So build it with a grain of salt. There might be an update and that might not work anymore, but for now, short of that happening, can you not do that, please? Surely getting up and over the wall, it's had no issues at all. Incredible. Thank you to everyone who told me about it, because that has tickled my jimmies. Call me Elmo. I've just been sitting here watching it. It's like a screensaver. It's the best. I've been sitting here watching this for so long and nothing's happened. So I guess we're gonna leave this episode here then. A shorter episode than usual because turns out, turns out it was way too OP, way too quickly, and nothing really went wrong. As long as it's concrete and as long as it's flat on the ground with the ridges facing up, then you're sweet. Then you're golden. The die walls get stopped if it's 2 blocks wide. Everything else never had really an issue with it at all. The screamers don't. The zombie dogs don't. I cannot think of anything else that could possibly run through it. And still nothing. Still no issues whatsoever. So I'll have to come back and find some other ways to completely break this game in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching, and most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button down below, subscribe to this channel, follow me on whatever. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.